Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Welcome to another morning manifestation session. It is indeed a great day for transformation. Today, June 13th, 2023. It's Tuesday, Transformational Tuesday. Welcome. I am your host, Samion, also known as Samuel Clemmy Jr. And I am the leader and founder of One Transformation Center, where we celebrate humanity. It is our intention, mission, to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. I'm grateful that you allow us to join you on your journey of transformation, to be your proverbial fuel station, filling you up so you don't have to worry about running on empty today. Check in. Just take a moment, wherever you are across the world today, regardless of what time zone it may be, in the evening or the afternoon, we welcome you. Please like, share, comment. Use the hashtag Morning Manifestation. Let us know where you're tuning in from, as we're broadcasting live currently on at the 5 a.m. hour Eastern Standard Time, part of the 5 a.m. Club on Facebook, the One Transformation Center page, on the Inspire. Actually, no, it's not Inspire anymore. It's now, what's this like? Transform My Life group. On YouTube, on my personal YouTube page, as well as the One Transformation Center YouTube page, and on Twitter. So regardless of where you're tuning in at this morning, just let us know where you are. We want to make sure that we're staying true to our mission. In addition to that, for those who are here for the first time, we welcome you. I just want to give you a little quick insight of what we do here every morning. We begin every morning with a few breaths, a couple of stretches to get the blood flowing, to wake up. Then we transition over to our oath of manifestation. Then followed by the affirmative reading, and then we end with the prayer of gratitude. So, without any further ado, we invite you to begin to calm your mind and join us for our time that we call the prayer. We call the prayer, no, we don't call it the prayer, the breath for life. The breath for life. Let's breathe for life. You know, so frequently we forget to breathe, whether you know that or not. We consciously forget to breathe. We have to tell ourselves, breathe. When we enter into a space of trauma or uncertainty, we forget to breathe. So we're going to make the conscious effort to begin our day breathing. Why? One, we're going to increase the oxygen distribution throughout our bodies, which is going to fuel a higher level of oxytocin, which gives us more energy and vibration, which allows us to be more valuable, focused, intentional, and purpose-driven individuals. Then we're going to, also it allows us to move and transition from a space of reacting to response. All right, let's begin with a few stretches. And as we remember, with each inhale, we're going to allow ourselves to align and accept with everything that is working together for our absolute best and highest good. Every person, every place, everything, every idea, your vision. And with each exhale, we're releasing anything and everything that no longer supports us. We're letting it go. Every philosophy, every idea, every limiting belief, every person, place, relationship, everything. Letting it go if it no longer supports us in this present moment. So, let's begin our wonderful process called the breath of life. And we begin by raising our hands above our heads. And let's inhale on the way up. And stretch as high as you can. And exhale on the way down. Again, raise your hands above your head. Raise them up, 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 up. And stretch as high as you can. Reach for everything that is working together for your best and highest good. Reach for heavens. And back down to the sides. Now I want you to begin to roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. Let's release the tension, the stress that we've been carrying on our journey thus far. Turn your torso to the left and stretch and stretch. And again, turn your torso to the right. Let's break this stress and all this stagnant energy that no longer supports us. Now, let's begin to take a few deep breaths. In through our nose and out through our mouths. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. There you go. I release. I release. One last breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling up your lungs, expanding your lungs, allowing your air to filtrate down into your abdomen. And release. Let it go. Raise your hands again above your head and stretch. Stretch as high as you can. And let it go back down. Ah, yes. Good job. Good job. Now it's time to move to our oath of manifestation. Oath of manifestation. Remember, this is our promise to ourselves. An oath is a promise that you make. We want to make this promise to ourselves to align with everything that is good, everything that is known and unknown, seen and unseen, tangible and intangible, that is expected and unexpected. This is your declaration of independence, separating you from the narrative, from the group consciousness that is composed of lack and fear. Emancipating you, freeing you up to live life at the highest level, to really begin to embrace heaven as it has been willed to you. All right, let's proclaim with absolute passion. You see it on the screen. And let's declare, I accept and receive unexpected good. unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and in the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I can feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have, and grateful for all that I am ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. Now, allow this promise, this oath that you've made to yourself, to be placed upon the mantle of your heart, to continue to permeate down into the very deepest core of your being, to activate each cell and invigorate and repurpose your DNA to align with this promise, to support this promise and its fulfillment. For you are deserving. You are worthy. Let's take a moment now and transition over to our affirmative reading of the day. Affirmative reading of the day comes from the Course of Miracles. It comes from A Course in Miracles, which you can find at www.acim.org. It's www.acim.org. And I'm going to place today's lesson in the stream so that you can follow along at your leisure. And it is from lesson 164. 164 reminds us that now you are one with Him who is our source. Now you are one with Him who is our source. So let's take a moment and allow ourselves to listen, to get comfortable, and receive the reading of the day, the affirmative reading from our narrator.
Lesson 164. Now are we one with Him who is our source. What time but now can truth be recognized? The present is the only time there is. And so today, this instant, now, we come to look upon what is forever there, not in our sight, in the eyes of Christ. He looks past time and sees eternity as represented there. He hears the sounds the senseless, busy world engenders, yet he hears them faintly. For beyond them all, he hears the song of heaven, and the voice for God more clear, more meaningful, more near. The world fades easily away before his sight. Its sounds grow dim. A melody from far beyond the world increasingly is more and more distinct, an ancient call to which he gives an ancient answer. You will recognize them both, for they are but your answer to your Father's call to you. Christ answers for you, echoing yourself, using your voice to give his glad consent, accepting your deliverance for you. How holy is your practicing today as Christ gives you his sight and hears for you and answers in your name the call he hears. How quiet is the time you give to spend with him beyond the world. How easily are all your seeming sins forgot and all your sorrows unremembered. On this day is grief laid by, for sights and sounds that come from nearer than the world are clear to you who will today accept the gifts he gives. There is a silence into which the world cannot intrude. There is an ancient peace you carry in your heart and have not lost. There is a sense of holiness in you the thought of sin has never touched. All this today you will remember. Faithfulness in practicing today will bring rewards so great and so completely different from all things you sought before that you will know that here your treasure is and here your rest. This is the day when vain imaginings part like a curtain to reveal what lies beyond them. Now is what is really there made visible, while all the shadows which appeared to hide it merely sink away. Now is the balance righted, and the scale of judgment left to him who judges true. And in his judgment will a world unfold in perfect innocence before your eyes. Now will you see it with the eyes of Christ. Now is its transformation clear to you. Brother, this day is sacred to the world. Your vision, given you from far beyond all things within the world, looks back on them in a new light. And what you see becomes the healing and salvation of the world. The valuable and valueless are both perceived and recognized for what they are. And what is worthy of your love receives your love, while nothing to be feared remains. We will not judge today. We will receive but what is given us from judgment made beyond the world. Our practicing today becomes our gift of thankfulness for our release from blindness and from misery. All that we see will but increase our joy, because its holiness reflects our own. We stand forgiven in the sight of Christ, with all the world forgiven in our own. We bless the world as we behold it in the light in which our Savior looks on us, and offer it the freedom given us through his forgiving vision, not our own. Open the curtain in your practicing by merely letting go all things you think you want. Your trifling treasures put away, and leave a clean and open space within your mind where Christ can come and offer you the treasure of salvation. He has need of your most holy mind to save the world. Is not this purpose worthy to be yours? Is not Christ's vision worthy to be sought above the world's unsatisfying goals? Let not today slip by without the gifts it holds for you receiving your consent and your acceptance. We can change the world if you acknowledge them. You may not see the value your acceptance gives the world, but this you surely want. You can exchange all suffering for joy this very day. Practice in earnest, and the gift is yours. Would God deceive you? Can His promise fail? Can you withhold so little when His hand holds out complete salvation to His Son?
And this is the reading of the day, the affirmative reading of today, lesson 164, which poses the question, which the reminder says, now are we one with Him who is our source. Now are we one with Him who is our source. And as I'm listening to this, as I was reading this, one question came up. The first question that came up is, who is your source? You know, we get so entrapped by narratives, listening to what we think, what others want us to believe in order to be able to be a part of their group consciousness, be a part of their group thought. We also search for things that feel good, that make us feel better, in order to be able to continue our journey based upon our expectations, our wants, our desires. Without understanding there is a desire that is much greater than ours, because our desire has so much limitations attached to it. Our desire doesn't have much vision, has a lot of wants, has a lot of quote unquote desires, has a lot of needs attached to it. There's a lot of lack that exists within our vision. However, we are connected with our source. Our source is a reminder that there is no lack, that all of our needs have been provided and abundantly more. There's a freedom that is in that space of knowing and being in alignment with your source. There's a trust that is easily given, easily honored in that space. There's a remembrance that we've never been forsaken, that we've never been left alone, that we've never been heartbroken. It is a space that allows us to transcend beyond fear, false evidence appearing real. It is a space that allows us to move beyond ego, edging God out, that tells us that we need to do something in order to receive something. Who is your source? What is your source? I like to believe that source is something that's continuous. It's on a continuum. It isn't sporadic. That doesn't have any endings. That is eternal and eternity, and it exists in the space of eternity. So is your job your source? I know some of you may think so, due to the fact that it pays your bills, it provides money to your account, it allows you to be able to enjoy life in a way that you think that you wouldn't be able to enjoy without it. But yet, if you get tired of that job, do you not go and locate another one? So now does that employer become your source? Is your partner, your spouse, your source? Are they the source where love begins and love continues? Are they the source of your joy, of your perception of happiness? Well, what if they do something or show up in a way that is displeasing to you? And then are they still your source? Or now do they transition to your source of dissatisfaction, of disappointment? Is that the source that you really desire to have, to embrace, to lean upon? Are your children or your parents your source? Your family, is that your source? What do we do when family grows and expands and moves on in pursuits that cause them to create some distance? Whether they're transitioning from this space to another, from this continuum to another, from this universe to another, from this physical existence to another. Is that your source? Who is your source? I've had to ask this question on many occasions. When someone comes to me, a client comes to me and tell me their problems, and they say or that they have a desire and they know the promises of God, but yet they don't have the resources in order to fulfill it. I have to have this conversation with myself, knowing that there's been a vision that's given to me, but then I ask the question, how? How do I do it? Where does the money come from? Then I have to remember, who is my source? The how is none of my business. I'm going to say it again. The how is none of my business. Why? Because I am not the provider of all things. I am not the creator of everything, I am not the Alpha and the Omega. I'm not the printing machine that provides the money, or that has even created the paper, or the trees that created the paper that prints the money, or that created the ink. The government is not the source, for it changes on the whim depending on what party is in power. It's not the source. Whether that's local, state, or federal, it's not the source. For it says the kingdom of God is within us, not outside of us, not without us. We are not excluded from it, but we're included. The only exclusion occurs when we make the decision to separate ourselves. So will you continue to make that decision today? The lesson begins with what time but now can truth be recognized? The present is the only time there is. When we can let go of the past, then we will release any need to be depressed, to be pulled, to be entangled, to feel like we're enslaved. We can let go of that and be present. We can release the need to know what's happening in the future, to determine our future. Now we can begin to release the anxiety that may come with that may come with the anticipation. But yet, when we can hone in and focus on this right now moment, this gift that we know as the present, where all of our power lies, we can truly be impactful and intentional. When we have the ability to be, we have more sense of control. Then we'll recognize a freedom that we never imagined before. Now, I know there's a lot of chaos that's going on around us. whether it's in our homes, it's in our minds, it's even in our hearts or our bodies. It's on our television screens. It's within our family dynamics. Maybe it's on your job. Or as you're driving throughout town or the country, and the experience that you're having with other drivers. I'm here to encourage you today that there is a silence into which the world cannot intrude. And that silence comes from one space, two ideas. One, knowing who your source is. Knowing who your source of love, of peace, of joy, of true happiness. A source where there's no limitations. A source where everything is birthed from. A source that created from a space of darkness all that is. That where your true power lies. That comes from within you. Will you be willing to allow yourself to go inside today and connect with that source? And when you do, this will be the day when vain imaginings part like a river, like the sea, like the River Jordan, or part like a curtain, to reveal what lies beyond your imaginings, beyond your limited thoughts, your limited idea, your limited sight. Let today be that day for you. Let today be the day when you set aside what you think to be true and truly connect with your source. Because today is sacred to the world. The decision that you make right now has so much more impact to the world than you can even know. It determines if your light is more brilliant or dim. And with a dim light, people feel like they're lost, directionless. But yet with a bright, brilliant light, people are in tune, they're connected. You're connecting them, you're giving them the gateway, the key, you're lighting their path to their source. And they're no longer feeling the need to hold on to anything and everything in order to have a sense of purpose, a sense of knowing, a sense of provisions. We have to make sure that even in the space of lighting the path and have an understanding and connecting with our source, we don't judge today. We will not judge today. Judgment will create an illusion upon you that will distract you from everything that is here to support you in your moment right now. It will prevent you from getting the gifts, the blessings, the opportunities, seeing the doors that are opening and those that are closing. We want to be able to receive the full application and distribution of source, not in its limitations. Not impose limitations. It says we will receive but what is given us from judgment made beyond the world. That which we desire is beyond a judgment. Set your judgment aside today and open the curtain. And you're practicing by merely letting go all the things you think you want. Let's set aside the illusions and make ourselves available for all that is, to all the source has for us. Just let go. So you know what? I let it go. I know I want this, but man, when it comes down to it, I really desire to have that which I've been created to receive, that which is here to support me on my move on the journey. That which gives me purpose, that which gives me life, that which gives me meaning, that which brings a greater sense of joy, a continuous happiness, a love that is beyond all limitations, that's beyond all conditions, a peace that surpasses all understanding. I desire to see the world the way that God does, to have the mind for my mind to be in one with God's mind, to think and to know beyond the illusions that I have created, that I have bought into, that I have invested into, and truly allow myself to be present with the truth that is, and not that small, limited box that I've called reality. It's important that we do not let today slip by without the full embracement and embracing in its fullness, its completion, everything that is here for you, everything that Source has for you. And all you have to do is just give your consent, give your acceptance. Again, I ask you, who is your source? Who is it? What is it? And does it sustain you beyond all limitations, all conditions? Does it provide you love without conditions? Who is your source? Does it require you to do something? Because my source doesn't. My source requires me simply to be that extension and reflection that I've agreed to be when I came into this world. My source this requires me to be an extension and reflection of all that is, to know and to remember that I've been created in the image of its likeness. That's all my source requires of me. What does your source require of you? Who is your source? Let's take this moment to move into a space of prayer gratitude. We give thanks for this moment, Father, Mother, God, guardian angels, all that works together for our absolute best and highest good. We give thanks for the opportunity to remember and reconnect with our source. We know that with you being our source, that there's nothing that we cannot accomplish, that there's no protection that is greater. We know that there is no salvation that surpasses this. There's no greater freedom, no more heightening joy. We know that you are where our abundance lies, where our prosperity is unveiled and beheld to us. We give thanks for this moment of reconnection. And we affirm today that we will set aside all the illusions, everything that we want, everything that the ego wants us to be able to focus on, and truly begin to embrace that which you have for us. Independence and the allowance and acceptance of you as our source. Have your will to be done in our lives today in a way that we've never imagined before. We accept that. We allow that. We fully embrace that. We've set aside the trauma. We set aside the narratives that we've subscribed to, that we've invested in, that no longer serve our best and highest good. We let it go. And we just honestly, sincerely, solemnly desire solely for your will to be done on earth as it is in heaven, in us, through us, for us and as us. We surrender. We surrender. For you alone are our source. And we give thanks for that. And so it is. It is so. Amen. Ashe. Asheo. Give thanks, good people. And this concludes our affirmative reading of the day. This concludes our morning manifestation session. For those who missed any part of this, feel free to go back and check it out by going to YouTube. Go to YouTube on our channel, One Transformation Center. When you get there, like the stream to let us know you've been there. Also, take a moment to share with your social media spaces so that others who didn't have access or didn't have an opportunity to partake in it, to understand who their source is this morning, give them the opportunity to connect with their source. That's part of being that extension and reflection of the Almighty. We have to extend it. Make it more available for others. That which you give and to receive are one and the same. So if you're willing to give it to someone, you're magnifying your reception. You're enhancing your receipt and your receptivity of it. Give it and give it freely. And if you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you can be available for all opportunities, all the streams that come through, especially those each and every morning, whether you're listening live or the replay. Doesn't matter. Leave us a message, comment, whether you're listening on YouTube or on the other social media spaces, Facebook, Twitter. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about today's stream. We love hearing from you. Use the hashtag morning manifestation as well, so we know what your comment is pertaining to. Let's make that trend. And for those who felt inspired to do more, to be more, to support greater, we asked you to support our mission with a donation. The mission to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. And you can do so via Giveify, as we are a non-profit entity. Do so via Giveify. And just simply, whether that's online or the app, simply search for One Transformation Center. I'll also put it in the chat if you want to click it directly. Or you can send a Cash App to me. It's going to the same place. Put it in the chat as we speak. And we'd like to thank you at the same time for continuing to invest in your transformation. We thank you for that. We hope that you continue to join us each and every morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or every day just do the replay, and on the weekends at 8 a.m. In addition, tune into our Wednesday nights, our transformative conversations that happen on Wednesday night. We're relaunching it, rebranding it. So we have some that are there on the YouTube space at One Transformation Center that you can listen to catch you up to where we've been. We have some exciting guests that are coming to join the conversation as well. We look forward to receiving any ideas of any individuals that you feel like will be a great conversation to have, that will be create a transformative space for those who are listening. So, in closing, we just want to remind you to continue to be the change you desire to see. Continue to be the change you desire to see. And until next time, we love you. Or as the kids do, we love you. We embrace you. We honor you for all that you are as we see God in you. Have a great day, good people. Have a great day. Continue to be great.